All right, so Kevin Hart was comedy's hero for about 20 minutes. And I love Kevin Hart. And I was so fucking happy when I thought he wasn't going to apologize. And then to see him walk away from hosting the Oscars was great.
Yeah,
but then to apologize,
just for people who don't know.
Help me fill in the blanks. Kevin Hart's agreed to host the Oscars. Whoever the fuck these monsters are, go dig up tweets from 10 years ago that said some homophobic stuff. I don't even know what they said.
Yeah.
What did he let the... What did they? Did he let a maggot fly?
He let a maggot fly, but it was more a joke that he did on a special Seriously Funny about how he doesn't want his kid to be gay.
Okay.
And like if he sees his kid about to do some gay shit, he puts a stop on it real quick.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a great special, and I'm sure the joke is hilarious. So, anyway, I guess people were upset about this, and he went on his Instagram, posted a video saying, listen, you guys want me to apologize? I'm not gonna. That was 10 years ago. I'm in a different place in my life. Yeah. I've spoken to this many times. I have evolved. I'm not going to apologize for something I've already spoken to 100 times. That's just whatever. He basically says you're not going to allow, I've changed. You should allow that I've changed, right?
Sure, yeah, that's what he said, yeah.
Then later on he tweets he's stepping away from the Oscars. He apologizes to the committee, and then he apologizes to the LGBTQPIKAQ question mark plus sign community and says, I'm sorry for anyone I've heard, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And then everybody got their bowl of blood, and I guess we're good.
Yeah, so here's my take, and I basically said it on Instagram, so if you guys have heard me say it on Instagram, it's, pretty much the same thing, but if you want people to change, you have to allow them to, right? So my biggest issue is that the same groups that are asking people to progress and asking people to change are the ones that are going back 10 years to find your tweets where you said something homophobic.
Right.
Right? Now, to me, if you have to go back 10 years to find something, that means that there was nothing 9 years, there was nothing 8 years, there's nothing 7 years, the number 6 years, nothing 5 years. So maybe that person actually changed like you wanted. But if you still go for blood, even though he made the exact change that you wanted,
why would he change? Why would anyone change?
Not only why would you change, maybe you didn't want change.
Interesting.
Maybe you want revenge.
Okay.
Maybe you want payback. Right. And there was an interesting thing that I don't think a lot of people picked up on. But I picked up on this shit very, very immediately when he said it. He goes, the Academy called me. They said, you have to apologize for these tweets and these past jokes, and then you'll be able to continue hosting the Oscars. Mm-hmm. What a lot of this is, this like going back into your tweets, it's a power move. It's groups of people who have never had power historically.
Right.
Now, they've got this fast car. And if you got a fast car, you want to see how fast that shit goes, right?
Yeah, you want to push it.
You've been bullied as a gay dude, right? And all of a sudden, you got the ability to hold someone else's livelihood in your hands just by going back and looking at tweets.
Right.
So the Academy, I imagine a lot of, homosexual people that are in it, they call him up. They don't say you can't do it.
Right.
Right? They don't say you can't do it because of this. They say, dance, boy.
Right.
Hey, dance.
Right.
I've already apologized for this many times. No. You going to dance, boy.
Right.
You going to dance for us.
Right.
Because we tell you when to dance, and you get to dancing.
Right.
Right? And that's what they fucking do. And
you're saying this isn't like a you're a black thing. This is like you going to say some homophobic shit. We're going to get, now we got the power. We're going to make you pay for that.
Dance, boy.
Yeah.
That's all this is about.
Right.
It's we have some power. We got the gun in our hand. And you know what?
We want
you got revenge. To do. Remember, and it's a bunch of people who, when they were young, people bullied them.
Right.
People, called them the F word, right?
Yeah.
People said, you're gay, you fudge packer, you did all this kind of shit. People said all the funny ass pirate or whatever. What is it? A pillow in your mouth? What is that?
Pillow biter.
Pillow biter. Yeah. Like they said all the, the gay jokes to them, and they went through that their whole life.
Ankle grabber.
All that stuff.
What
was a pillow biter?
Pillow biter, like you bite the pillow because the dick feels so good.
Oh. Really? I don't get it.
It's so delightful. You bite the pillow, you just take a big gnarl on it. So the point, what they're trying to do is these groups, and it's not just them, it's Me Too, it's all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? It's all these groups, now they have power. It first starts with good intentions, and you get like the real homophobes, the real sexists, and real racists out of there. But once you realize, oh, I got some power, I could do more.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like when you're selling drugs to your friends and you're making a little money,
Right.
and then you're like, nah, I can make a little more money.
Yeah.
Right? It's if you watch Narcos Mexico, they're doing just fine. Hundreds of millions of dollars in marijuana. Nobody's upset. Everybody's cool. But then that cocaine money was on the table, and they were like, let's do it.
Yeah, that
Let's
itch
go
for more.
Let's get billions, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. These people have this power,
Yeah.
and they're trying to flex. And it will take your fucking livelihood. And I saw this shit happening with this whole PC culture and everything a couple years ago.
Right.
I mean, we've had conversations about this, but 3 years ago, maybe it was 4 years ago. And what always happens is first person over the hill gets the fucking bullets. Motherfuckers call me alt-right Andy. They call me all these fucking things because I was against this sort
Bro,
of...
I used to argue with you for years about how liberals had gone too far.
I know. And you coming from the South, you had a different perspective on things, etc. But what I did is I saw these things not in a vacuum. I saw these things as what is the greater issue. Right? What is the greater... If you take this little... If we virtue signal here or knock these people out of their jobs, knock these people out of their positions, right? Because of this, what could end up happening next?
Right.
And I saw that a while ago. And what's interesting about the Kevin Hart situation is I think it showed a lot of people who had turned a blind eye because usually this type of activism helped them.
Right.
Right? Like there was definitely a lot of, I'm sure, black people who this type of activism usually was in their favor, right? It was, why are there no black people in this movie? Why are there no black people in these jobs? Why are there no black directors or writers? Like, we need to get more. And you need that. That's important.
Yep.
We're all fighting for that too. But eventually it started to turn into a thing where if you don't, we got to cancel you.
Right.
And now to see it cannibalize Kevin, I think it opened a lot of people's eyes and they were like, oh shit, yeah, this uber liberal thing went too far, yo.
The most decidedly non-controversial dude in this business.
Mm-hmm.
He has made it a point to stay away from everything. And a lot of people didn't like that, for the record.
Yeah.
A lot of left activists wondering why he wasn't using his platform. I remember he just had something about Donald Trump that was just like, please don't ever teach your children to hate anybody. It's disgusting. That was it. That was the most political I ever saw Kevin on Twitter.
He's purposely not political.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when he said that gay joke, and even says in the beginning, I'm not trying to justify any jokes. We don't do that over here. You're a comedian, joke about whatever the fuck you want, as long as it's funny.
100% agree.
That's all that matters. But you know, there's also the conversation of keeping the same energy. Would we be able to forgive somebody who had a racist joke 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we would, but I don't know. Maybe people wouldn't. It really comes down. Maybe people would, maybe people wouldn't, right? Like Roseanne Barr got her show taken away for a joke.
I don't think she should have.
But that's what I'm trying to say about this situation is it does puts a mirror up, right? Because the same people that are upset that Kevin isn't hosting the Oscars wanted Roseanne's show taken away.
I see what you're saying. It's
Right?
only a matter of time before it comes for you. This thing...
And that's what you and I have been fighting against all along. It's not what's necessarily happening right now. It's where this goes. This type of thinking,
Yeah.
if it doesn't get nipped at the bud, just grows into a place where nobody can say anything.
There has to be a psychological rush you get from outrage. There has to be, from shaming someone, there has to be something that happens in your own psychology that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Because this outrage machine, the reason it keeps going, I think, is because you keep needing to feed it. It's like a fucking...
The reason it keeps going is because we reward it.
Sure.
Like, we call these people heroes. Like we were saying before, the chick who heckled Louis C.K. has an article written in the New Yorker or the Times or something about how she's a hero.
Good segue.
But I'm not even trying to leave the Kevin shit, but like, this bitch is not a hero. She's a girl that potentially ruined the majority of the people's night that was in that place. It is the most entitled thing in the world to heckle.
It's not even heroic. It's so fucking cowardly. You're in the dark.
Right.
One voice out of 150 people,
Alex.
and you speak up.
Alex.
And you think that shit is... Nobody knows your name.
Yeah.
Nobody knows anything about you. If you want to do a fucking open mic and then work your way up to a hot show in front of 150 people and do it, good on you. Ted Alexandro did a set at the Cellar shitting on Louie. Good on Ted Alexandro. If any female comic does the same thing, good on that woman. But
I wouldn't say good on, but I would say you have the
you
right
have
to do
earned
it.
that
Yeah.
right. I cannot knock
Yeah.
that. Good for you. You used your time. I would have used it differently. Whatever. That's how
Right,
you want to
right,
use
right,
it.
right, right.
That's your right. You
Yeah.
earned that.
Yeah.
This bitch didn't earn shit. You are a bitch in the audience.
Yep.
Shut up.
She's in it. It's just for me. I've always found it wildly entitled. Like, in people who've come to see my shows, you see how I interact with these types of people. What they're basically saying is that their discomfort means more than everyone else's night.
Right. Right.
I feel uncomfortable at what you're talking about. You must change that despite all these other people having joy. So it's basically like, I'm not feeling joy. None of these people around me's joy is as important as my discomfort. So things need to change. It is the most spoiled brat fucking thing to do. That being said, her heckle was funny.
What did she say?
Take your dick out.
That's pretty funny.
That's great. That's fucking great.
Son,
That's
you're not a hero, bitch, but that was a good one. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, now's your opportunity.
What
You've
do you
been
say
dying
if
to
you-
do it.
What if you say if you're Louie?
I take my dick out.
Yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You go, you know
I've been
what?
waiting for this.
Yeah, you know what? I would go, you know what? Much like every other time, I've been given permission to do this. For the record, I don't even like Louie, but fuck y'all.
Just one quick point, because I didn't even. That was a good take on the Kevin Hart thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that or see it that way at all.
What?
Like the liberals flexing their power too much, getting a little power hungry to make. I really just saw it as like the producers of the show didn't want to hurt ratings because they didn't want like the LGBT community to be like,
upset.
oh, hey,
So-
we're not watching this because you guys are having him host.
Here's
So I
what
thought-
I'll say about
yeah.
that. The Academy Awards cannot stand on a moral high ground about anything. Literally last year, they nominated Mel Gibson for an Oscar.
And they gave one to Kobe in the Me Too Oscars.
Gave one to Kobe in the Me Too Oscars. Nominated Mel Gibson, who has said every racial epithet, every anti-Semitic epithet, every homophobic epithet in the book on tape. In 2003, if you want to talk about change behavior and things you regret from the past and us being able to forgive, in 2003, they gave an Oscar to a pedophile, Roman Polanski.
This
a
guy-
known pedophile.
This guy-
fucked a 13-year-old girl or 14 or some shit like
First
that.
of all, the Oscars suck. I don't ever want to watch. I never
these
liked
award
this
shows
shit.
are so
They're
stupid.
Stupid as fuck. You want to get it? Listen, you want to give me an Oscar? I'm gonna take it. But if I expect 80 million people at home to watch,
Yeah.
get a life, you fucking loser.
Son, it's a circle jerk. It's the dumbest thing in the world. It's a bunch of
And that's-
successful people in a room congratulating each other about how successful they are. It's the most annoying
That's
thing to
why
watch
they
in the
take
world.
that moral high ground, though, because they just stand around and jerk each other off, and they all wear black in support of Me Too, and then they go give an Oscar to Kobe because they're too fucking stupid to know the difference.
Right.
It's the phoniest shit ever. It's all nauseating. They all love Woody Allen. This motherfucker, I don't give a fuck if she's adopted.
Yeah.
You adopted this girl, and then you fucked her.
Yeah.
Nate McIntosh said you can't adopt someone and then fuck it. I don't care. There's no way that's okay.
What about a dog?
No. If he sucks your dick, fine.
What if you adopt like someone that's old?
Well, that's not adoption.
But what if you adopt? No, you can adopt somebody at any point in time. I can adopt you.
No, I don't think you can.
I
man.
can adopt you.
I don't think
I
you
can
can.
adopt you right fucking now if I want
Let's
to adopt
move
you.
forward with this process. Alex, see if Andrew can adopt me.
I thought they have to be under 18.
No, you can adopt anybody. It just means
Can
that
you
you're
look it up?
legally my son.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think we should put a little wager on it. If I'm right, I get to adopt you. And you have to call me dad.
No, I definitely don't feel confident enough in it for that, but I
Fine.
think you should look it up.
Call me Poppy. Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, so it's just called something different. It's called adult adoption. But
Adult
yeah.
adoption. I'm an adult adopt you. I'm going to AA you.
You can't adopt a child and then fuck it.
I'm going to adopt the fuck out of you.
Okay.
You're going to get adopted.
All right.
You're going to be the first thing that has been fucked before it's been adopted. Okay, but for real, what is that process? Because I think that'd be a really funny thing to do on Flagrant too.
Just start the adoption process?
Yeah, we start the adoption process, and then after I adopt you, I think we should both together adopt Cass.
Kaz, yeah, 100%.
Because it will be our African child. How American
Let's
is that?
start sending Kaz 39 cents a day just to fuck with him.
Yo, we need a drone. Alex, bring your drone and attach a bag of rice under the drone so that it can just float into the new studio that we have. Check it out on YouTube. And then just airdrop the rice right down.
Oh, my God.
Would that not be fire?
That'd be so fucking
that
funny.
would be fire even. No.
Oh, man.
Wouldn't
that'd
it be
so
fire
funny.
even?
It'd be great.
Wouldn't it be fire?
It'd be hilarious. Fire.
So sick.
Hot fire.
Anyway, yeah, so the fact that they give a fuck about anything is such bullshit. They've been giving Harvey Weinstein Oscars for the last 20 years knowing full well what he's been doing to these chicks. So
Everyone knew.
yeah, exactly. It's just like, to be fair, everyone in comedy knew about the rumors about Louie. So we're not no heroes. Everybody, the rumor everyone knew is that he likes to jerk off in front of people in the hotels. Nobody ever thought it was a forced thing. Ever. But I've been hearing that rumor forever. Matter of fact, there's a Jim Jeffries joke that is allegedly about Louie.
Really?
And it's about how he was in a room with somebody and then like he was in a room with Louie and then like there were some girls there and then he like wanted to jerk off or something like that and Jim was like, I'm out of here. I don't know, I'm butchering the joke probably, but that was the alleged thing. That being said, given this situation, seems like all these girls were at least asked and gave consent.
I didn't like Louie before I knew he was jerking off in front of people.
Now,
so whatever. Now he alright.
Now he cool.
Now he alright. Now you're a real one. More like Louie GK. That's my dog.
I mean JK.
Oh yeah, I meant
Louie
G like
J.O.
he's a G. Louie J.O.
Louie J.O. That's got to be the new album.
Oh, Lucky Louie means something completely different now, doesn't it?
Okay.
Oh, did you see what Nick Cannon did real quick?
Yes.
Did you like that or not? I loved it.
Here's why I loved it. So basically what Nick Cannon did is retweeted homophobic tweets from famous female comedians.
Yeah.
And basically asking why they didn't have to apologize. Amy Schumer, Sarah Silverman, and Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
Right? Who are all women who are very woke right now.
Yeah.
They're very, into it, this, that, the other. And yeah, he was like, yo, why don't they have to apologize for this shit?
Yeah.
What's the deal?
Yeah.
And it shows, I think that the world is starting to realize, and we've said this for a while, that like truly the most privileged people on the planet are white chicks.
Women.
And you don't have to feel bad about that, white women. That's the other thing is like people bully you for your privilege. Like you got to run around apologizing to people.
No, just shut the fuck up.
But so that's where it is. It's like if you recognize the incredible privilege that you have.
Yeah. The most privileged.
Yo, how long you think Nick was holding on to those?
To what?
Holding on to those tweets. Like I think he
he just scooped
I
them.
think he just got sent them or just.
No, he got sent them and he posted them. Guaranteed.
You think so?
Facts, because there's no way he could predict the Kevin Hart situation.
No,
Nick
not
is smart,
predict. I
dude.
think he was holding it for him in case some shit came out. It's like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like he was holding that. And he's like, you know what? Let me look out for my boy. Cause he how you dig up all those tweets that quickly?
I think people do it and then they send them to him.
That's
and
what
I
I was thinking.
They do it forever. Yeah, they send them to him. But my feeling is like I like the fact that he did it and he was trying to show, look at where's the quid pro quo or whatever. Where's the equal treatment? That being said, we're all arguing that Kevin shouldn't have anything happen to him. He shouldn't have to.
My point though is that all of us ain't shit.
Yeah.
And the quicker we accept that, the easier it is to just stop being outraged and just move the fuck on.
The best reaction is change behavior, right? That's really all you want. Like
Yeah.
and he did. He changed his behavior.
So what incentive do I have to change my behavior if I know even after I change my behavior, y'all are going to come after me?
The argument would be like, why don't you just be a good person?
Yeah.
And
But if
I
you're
agree
ruin
with that.
my life either way, who gives a fuck?
Nah,
Because you still hurt people.
You won't want to hurt people, and I bet you if you ask Kev right now, like let's keep it very real. Like this is 10 years ago. Kev's dude from Philly. You know what I mean? It's not like he's just rolling around gay neighborhoods and understanding gay stuff and understanding what's right or wrong. Like so many people grow up really not understanding. Like there are a lot of people that grow up and truly believe you could turn gay. So you got to teach those people that that's not possible before they can wrap their heads around because the joke was about the kid essentially turning gay because he did gay things.
Okay.
So he don't even know how you become gay.
My question is more of a rhetorical one. Like these people who are looking at this, who might be homophobic. And you're like, what the fucking point of why would I change? Y'all don't give a fuck if I change or not. You can treat me like I am
like
now.
Alex said and like I said,
but
you get to be a good person.
The defensive I'm saying those people's reaction, the defensive reaction is going to be, fuck you. I don't need to change. Y'all are gonna come for me either way, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah, but you're not really listening to what we're saying.
I'm hearing, y'all are right. But I'm saying that person's mind, you're not going to reach that person with the logic of a homophobic person. You can say to them, hey, man, why don't you be a good person? And if he's rational and mature, he might.
Yeah.
But it's also quite possible, seeing this, his defense mechanism is going to be, you know what, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're not helping by doing this.
Yeah. I agree they're not helping, but I just think that you eventually, as times change, people change. Like, like we didn't know that cigarettes were bad for us at one point. And then you learn they're bad for you, so you're like, I should probably not smoke so many cigarettes, or I should try not to smoke cigarettes. And I think the same thing, it's like, being homophobic hurts someone. Well, I don't want to hurt someone. That makes me feel bad.
No, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like even when you look at our podcast, like all the jokes that we're doing, the gay jokes that we're doing on the podcast are making fun of people that are homophobic.
Right.
Like we are leaning into gay.
Right.
So it's like there would be no backlash about those jokes.
Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
We don't have to go over it.
Right.
So, but I think it's just a bunch of people who are drunk off power and they're trying to flex at any chance they have, and I love it because it's coming to a boiling point. And
it's so close.
It's coming to, and I'm just hoping it waits just a little bit more, keeps bubbling up. Baby, It's Cold Outside is getting canceled.
I love that song.
Bill Burr, it's a great song. Bill Burr had a funny thing on his podcast we were listening before about Aerosmith's Walk This Way is going to be the next one getting canceled. It's like, I could walk any way I want. You know what I mean? But realistically, we're gravitating towards this combustibility, and it's literally just cannibalizing itself so much. All these different groups are cannibalizing itself. Even the founder of the Me Too movement recently said, I don't recognize it from when I started.
Yeah.
Like, it looks nothing like it.
Yeah,
The
it's much wider.
intentions have shifted. Some people would say it's not actually. They would say they've gravitated towards other issues that don't have to do with Me Too.
Oh, I'm saying the founder of Me Too was a black woman, and none of us came.
And the women who are doing it now are black and Muslim. But they're saying, like, other agendas are kind of being exposed.
I got you.
But basically, people are starting to have enough. Like, there's a reason why this podcast is so successful.
Right.
Right? It's because we're not caught up in the fucking nonsense that is Hollywood, the nonsense that is any of this shit going on. Right? We're actually talking like normal fucking human beings who say stuff that's wrong every once in a while because it's fun, who just fuck around and don't watch every single footstep, worried that one day, 3 years later, somebody could use it against us to take our jobs or take our livelihood.
And that is the beauty of the Patreon, and like
Hell
we have our fans, and y'all can't listen. We're good. If our fans fuck with us, we're good. You can threaten us with whatever you want to. Our fans fuck with us, we're good.
All I care about.